Hi, my name's Ian from Vanguard on the beautiful Rollsbury camp in Dorset, and I'd like to talk you through quickly the differences between the VEO 3 Plus, which is our most versatile full-size tripod that we've ever produced. It's got a multi-angle central column that moves more or less 360 degrees in any direction, and also comes with an adapter that you can fit onto that, so you can attach things like a display, a monitor, a lighting unit, another camera, whatever you choose to do. It's perfect from anything from macro to landscape, from portrait photography through to studio photography. If you do food photography, you need the overhead central column, it fits across. So that's a full-size VEO 3 Plus. We also do the VEO 3T Plus. The only difference in the name being the T, which stands for travel sized. The most obvious difference when you put them together is the height. You're talking about the VEO 3T Plus folds down to around about 46 centimeters. The 3 Plus is more like 76 centimeters. So there's quite a significant difference between the two. In terms of basic functionality, multi-angle central column, the adapter, etc., they're pretty much identical. So the key difference is size. That said, there are a couple other smaller differences I'll quickly run you through. So if I put the 3 Plus down first. So with the 3T Plus, what you do is you pull the legs down. So you can see the head is actually hidden between the legs of the central column, which is why it can fold up so small. Again, just pull it down and pull it down. If I then release that, that goes down clearly. If you want a most stable platform, you have the central column as low as possible. The other key difference, and part of the way it is made smaller, is you have 4 leg sections, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, that allows the tripod to fold smaller, but it has a couple of disadvantages. One is because the leg sections are shorter, it won't go up as tall. And secondly, every section in a tripod is a point of weakness. So every time you bring in another section, you bring in that tiny little bit more movement into the shot. The reality is, for most of us, it doesn't really make a difference, but it can impact if you're doing some really detailed long exposure or night photography where it relies on precise movement. You can then see that's the sort of height it goes down with the central column down. So it's around about my chest height. I'm 5'8", so it gives you an idea of scale. You then have the VEO 3 Plus, and you can see here clearly the central column, the head is above the top of the central column and above the legs. This does make it slightly quicker to set up because you simply pull out the legs and set it up. This, as you can see, is 3 sections, 1, 2, 3. Each section is longer. There's not the same adapters in between. So again, it's just that little bit more solid, especially if you go for the 30mm section. The 30mm version, this is the 26. The 30mm will go a bit taller still and be even more stable. So if stability is key, I'd recommend look at the 303 series. But what you can see here is the difference in height. So again, with the central column down, VEO 3T Plus is around about my chest height. The VEO 3 Plus is pretty much my eyesight, especially if you've got a camera on top. I'm not having to bend down and stoop. Obviously, you can raise the central column. So again, you can get an awful lot more height on both. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Can get an awful lot more height on both. So again, you can get up to a more comfortable height depending where you are on both of them. But really, if you're looking for a stable shot, you want to use the central column as little as possible. The only other key difference is really in the mechanism for the multi-angle central column. So if I turn these both round, you can see here, this has a lever. So I'd press the lever, open that up, put to the angle I wanted to, and clip it in. Very simple. Because the legs fold up, you can't do that with the VEO 3T Plus. So what they've done is exactly the same mechanism, but it's a locking knob. So again, all you do is put it into position, lock it in, and you're good to go. In essence, that is the total difference between the different models. So the only thing you're really looking at, which is important to you, is that balance between portability and functional height. If portability is more important, go for the VEO 3T Plus. If the height is more important, go for the VEO 3 Plus. I hope that helps and gives you a quick overview of the two different types of tripod, and yeah, happy shooting. Thank you.